Hello people, thought I'd just do a quick video of update of why I haven't uploaded in quite a while and what's been going on with the car. At the moment I've been dealing with health problems. I've been trying to get that sorted, sort of thing. That's been a worry of mine at the moment, of what's actually wrong. Doctors aren't 100% at the moment, so obviously been trying to sort all that out, trying to lose a bit of weight as well. Now that obviously we're obviously not in lockdown as much, we can do a little bit more, trying to get myself to go out a little bit more, and get used to doing things. Obviously my head's a little bit messed up, so I've been doing that. Been spending a bit of time with the family, going and doing stuff and that now, like I say, that we can, so it makes sense to do that. And also when it's a case of I want to work on the car, I kind of just been going out doing the work on the car. I haven't been bothered getting the camera out. Well, obviously I'm using my phone, but setting it out, connecting it to the gimbal thing and recording what I'm doing. I just want to kind of go out, work on the car. My partner's been coming out with me when I've been working on the car, and that keep me company and helping me out. And kids have been outside playing and that, and I kind of feel a bit awkward doing the filming when everyone's there watching. But also while I'm working on the car, I kind of just want to spend time with them and have a laugh with them and watch them play and whatnot. So there probably won't be many videos at the moment, because like I say, I want to sort my health out and that at the moment. Spend a bit of time with the family. Once I get a little bit more sorted, then obviously I will try and carry on. But at the moment, this one will probably be the last one for a while. But I just wanted to let people know what was actually going on, rather than it just being a case of stop, there's the videos, there's no explanation. I have done some more things to the car, so I will go through what I've done to the car from every mod that is on it. So if people are new to the here and haven't watched the other videos, they will see obviously what's been done to the car, and I will show what I have done that is new since the last video, and maybe just say a couple ideas of what I'm thinking, so you get a general gist of what I'm doing with the car. Alright, so we'll start in the car. Actually, I'll sit here, obviously, and see. I've got the VTI half leather seats and matching door cards, which looks a lot better than the tan seats that I had. I have some Bride headrest pillows. These came up quite cheap second hand, and thought, why not get hold of them. Also I have, oh, twisted it round, but I have the Bride seatbelt pads, and obviously the gear gator. While I'm down there, obviously this, I had to put a new retainer in it, so they actually pulled it up because it slid down quite a lot. And then we have a, what has got in the way of it, spoon gear knob. I have just put poly bushes front and back on the stabilizers bars, so it's a lot better than what it was. It feels a lot nicer with gear shifting. Obviously you can see I have the walnut wood interior. People do tell me to take it out. I kind of like it, so it's kind of staying sort of thing. I've done the normal blue bit around there, blue around the speedo. This is a, let's see if I can get a less close-up shot for you. There is a MG ZS steering wheel, a little bit smaller, a little bit thicker up here. wrapped over the MG badge, and I've put a new blue gel Honda badge on it rather than the glitter one that I had. Took thinking of MG. It's the MG armrest one. Well, that's what the owners had it before me. Obviously, you can get these stock for the MB, and then I've put blue drift button on there. I didn't like the chrome, so I just thought, why not? It didn't cost me that much, sort of thing. We have these two switches there. One is for my front fogs and one is for the light bar, which I will show you in a bit. We've also got, that is the switch for the underglow, and then this one, as I broke the thing that goes in there for the horn's wired into there. Then we have 2 gauges up here, which I will stick on a minute. We've got volts down there and water temp up there. Obviously it shows me the volts for a few seconds and then it will actually go back to that. We have the wide rear view mirror at the top. Now I did originally put some padding across my headliner and put some t-shirts on it to make it look a little bit tidier, but with the heat it just kept falling down and it was doing my head in, so it got ripped out, and I've put a sweet stick of vinyl going across it, so I'll just keep it like that for now. I think that's it on the interior. Now I don't know whether or not you can pick this up because the wind a little bit here, but we will start from the front of the car. Now I get asked a lot about this splitter. Let's come loose. Mine, don't worry about the cobwebs, it's a case of the car hasn't been used for a little bit. But that bottom splitter is a about 30-40 quid splitter from Wish, which is in 3 parts. I have cut there the side off because it had winglets and it come out to about here, so I cut it back because it kept getting caught. And then have a replica VTIS MB6 front lip, trying to get hold of a stock one of them was hard. It was only, I think this one was 70 quid posted, brand new, so I thought, why not? Now these, I know people will say, what's the point of having that for the rods in your bumper? It's plastic, it's not going to do its job for downforce. This car's got a 1.4 in it, it never goes really fast, it's just to pull the lip up so it doesn't scrape, because without this, that hangs down quite low and it hits it. It's got washers in the top and the bottom, quite chunky ones, so it stops the load ripping it through so easy, so why not? I then have down here the fog light surrounds. I have actually cut a hole in and put the trumpet in it, and then back there, as you can see, is a halo, which when I put my indicators on, that will actually come on. So if I put the hazards on a sec, give me a second. Oh, just lock the car. Obviously I still got up there, but that will glow like that on both sides of the car. Bear with me. Now, as you can see on the front, I have I don't know if they're JDM or whatever they are. All I know is they are yellow EK Civic fog lights. I had them on my old MA8 Civic. I was told they wouldn't fit that car, and then I was told they wouldn't fit this car. So I made them fit because I quite like the look of them. As you can see in the front, I have a small little light bar right there. It cost me £7 off of eBay, and anybody that knows these cars know that the headlights are quite dim on bright. I have got night breakers in the light, but still main beam's not that great, and where I was driving I needed a bright light, so got the light bar and it lights it up like daytime, so it was ideal for the night. Now I have my stock grille back on, wrapped that black, sprayed that grey. I do have, I think it's a facelift EK badgeless grille. Now it didn't fit in 100%, I did have to do a bit of modifying, but the paint started to crack and peel from there from when it was first painted by a company, so I have taken it off. So for now I will clean it up, get it back on the car in time, but stock grille's on at the moment. I have my old set of headlights, painted the internals black, put a light tint over it, bit of vinyl for the eyebrows. I do have the USDM corner markers on it as well. Yes, I know having the black tint over the lights isn't going to help with the beam in the night, but they were shit before I put this on, so I thought why not just put it on, because the headlights work fine when I'm driving along normally. It's only when I go to put main beam on it's crap, and that's what the light bar's for. Obviously I've got switches inside for these so that I can switch them off if need be. The light bar is wired into my main beam, so as soon as I put main beam on that comes on, and as soon as I put my headlights on the little fog lights come on. Those aren't bright. If you were to just run them as normal you would not see where you're going. It's more of a people can see you from the front of the car rather than you seeing where you're going. Obviously I've got stock bonnet, but when I checked the bonnet the paint flaked off down there and there, it came off the vinyl, so I resprayed the bonnet, didn't put any clear over it, kind of just let it sit as a satin. Looks alright I think, and then I've put 2 vinyl stripes up here. I had the vinyl left, so I thought why not, and then I've got the 09 on the front if the camera focus, which actually is the month that me and my partner got together, but kind of gives it a little bit of the race car look. I will go under the bonnet in a minute. I've also got these little canards on it. I did have the little one like here and then the big one down the bottom. The big one stuck out to about here, so I took it off, put this one back on. Just I think it just looks a little bit nicer, it gives the front a little bit more of a look. Can't really see it unfortunately. I have bumper ties just because under here pain in the arse to get out. Now I have grey stripe there. Obviously I put it this side, and underneath this the paint flaked, so I put a bit of touch-up paint on like I've done. Not got the camera in right here, but people kept pointing it out, so I put the vinyl over the top. They kept pointing it out saying, oh, it looks crap, so just stuck the plaster over the top. I know it's there, and for some reason, as you can see, like you can see it there, but people point it out less. So it's a case if I don't have the sticker there, people point out and going, oh look, it looks bad under there. Put the sticker on, nobody mentions it, so that's why that's there. I'll go back around this side, and we have the black going down, a bit like a Kanjo thing. I did have I put some silver stripes on here down through there, but I removed them. I just think it's a little bit more subtle. Now mind the wheels. They are a bit filthy, but they are done in primer grey, and I don't know if it's going to show, but there is actually rainbow glitter in the wheels. Obviously the sun's not out, and obviously all 4 of them have got Toyo proxies all the way around. I managed to find myself some black crystal indicators. Obviously the 09 again. Gizmo is the name of the car. It was what it got given, so I thought rather than having the genetic Honda Racing Square on the side with my number and Honda right there, I thought I'd do this. It's there, but it's not in your face. Obviously got a little gizmo down there, the Hoonigan sticker. I do have Honda mud flaps back and front, helps out a lot from the dirt spraying up. Have MG ZS wing mirrors, which I think when I've got them, they were originally black. I then sprayed them the same colour as my first car. I then sold them, well, first Civic, one of these, I sold them to a friend. Didn't have them on my aero deck, had the stock mirrors, and then it was a case of I wanted to buy them back. So when I had the aero deck near the end, I asked him if he still had them. He still had them, so I bought them, and rather than having them the same colour, wrapped the base in gloss black just so it looks a bit tidier. I fitted the wing mirror wind deflector thing, and also tinted the glass blue. We have a Send Noodles sticker there. It kind of looks a bit like an old tat stick sat there, but I just thought it was funny and it was cheap. And obviously I've got the sun strip, and I've put a No Good Racing sticker on there. It's not a genuine one, obviously they're quite expensive. I don't have that amount of money. That one was cheap, so I thought I'm going to buy it, so it's on there. I have front wind deflectors. I don't have the back because the set that I originally had is these, and the back one snapped and flew off, so I've got the front, but these are actually 6 or 7 years old, so they're starting to, obviously now they're not really tinted as much, so I need to get some more. Come back a little bit. I have recently purchased some MG ZS side skirts, which are a lot deeper than the stock ones, and they also curve up as you go along. I think it just finishes the car off a little bit better. Obviously that I bought 2 of these. Well, I got 3 in a pack. Partner's got 1 on hers. I got 1 here, 1 the other side of the old. It's said now as a Peking Bear, but back when I first started driving and you had these, they used to call it the Pedo Bear. Obviously now they don't, it's the Peking Bear. I thought back to when I used to be around with modifying the cars. I love that. Obviously you got my Instagram there if anybody wants to go follow it. Now I've done the same on here, the black gloss going down through. The main reason I went with the Kanjo thing is one of our old neighbours decided that when she was going to go past the car, she had a falling out with us, she was going to drag her bag along it, and there was quite a few scratches started coming up on the other side of the car, and that I tried parking it out the way, and yet it still got scratched in that. So this was the way. I didn't want to respray the car, and with doing it on my own, I'm not going to get the reflection that I've got on this. Little white Relentless sticker on there. Obviously you got the grey, well, it's meant to be black pearl glitter, but it looks more grey there. And then I've got the glitter on the Rising Sun. I did have, some people probably have noticed it before, I did have a massive big Toyo tyres up the side of the car. Now I did think it looked all right, and then I had the I say the silver stripes that went down there, down through there, and on the front. But then after a while looking at it, I thought it's a little bit too in your face, so I decided to take them off. And I think it looks a lot cleaner as it is. It's a little bit more subtle, but it's still there. I do want to get a bride sticker just to put there, because obviously the car's got a couple of bride things on it. The rear wheel on this side and the front on the other side, I decided to put these little gold stars on it. I just don't know why, I just like the way they look, so it was like, why not? Now this rear lip here, not this part, this bit which goes around there, is the MB6 VTI VTIS, sorry, rear lit. A old friend had a spare one, let me have it for free to fit to my aero deck, and then when I got rid of the aero deck, I put it on the back of this one, so I didn't actually have to pay for that one, so that was ideal. And then these are like 10 quid off of eBay. I think it adds a little bit to the back, as anybody that knows the Civics, the front end sits quite low, the middle comes up, and then the back comes up really high, and I think it kind of looks a little bit stupid. So with the splitters, the deeper side skirts, and that on the back, kind of makes it look a little bit more level. Obviously, if you want to see pictures of it where it's not so dark like here, check out obviously my Instagram and you'll find out. Then we will go to the spoiler. Now the car did come with, I think it was a DC2 Type R spoiler, and it kind of didn't fit properly here. It sat up a little bit, and seen a few MBs that have this, which is an MG ZS rear spoiler, and kind of like the way it dips down, and then you kind of got this little, like where people put the gurney flap on, you kind of got it built into the car. So I asked around, and a good friend that had one on his old MB said I could have it, gave it to me, fitted it to the car, and obviously I've wrapped it in the glitter wrap. Obviously you cannot see really the glitter shimmering, which is unfortunate, but yeah, so I thought I'd put that on, it was a bit better. And then this, I think it's either a Rover or it is the MGVS boot lid lip spoiler. Now I've not seen many people with it on. The friend that gave me that lip, he had one on his was more of a stance car, and he wanted a little spoiler on the back, so he put one on. So I managed to find one and wanted to run it with the other spoiler, which I kind of think it looks nice with the two. Some people don't like it, but I haven't seen another MB running it. Now the rear lights, these are MA8 rear lights. The MBs, which I do have a set, which aren't in the best condition on lens, so I've got to sort them out if I decide to run it. This is clear, but also all of that there is clear. On the MAs, that's clear, this is amber. So I'm not a big fan of the full clear across here, so I decided to put the, sorry about the shakiness, but I decided to put the MAs on. I then tinted them, and I've put some clear coat over them to give them a little bit of a shine, so they're not so dull. I'm not really a fan of when people tint their rear lights and then they look matte black, so I thought a bit of clear coat would be ideal. Now this badge is just a old school style Honda one. It is, will it show? Yeah, like fake carbon fiber, but I thought I kind of like it. There was a few little marks there left where the Honda badge was, so I thought why not. Obviously still got the stock one, same colour as the car, and then wrapped in black. Now this one, when I debadged it, you can see a little bit there, it marked it up. So I bought that badge, as I saw it on eBay going cheap. Is actually a Generation 1, I think it was 1973-ish year Honda Civic badge. It was the first generation of Honda Civics that came out. That was the rear badge that was on the car. I think it looks really cool compared to the newer ones, and obviously kind of goes with that one. The only thing is there was like a red gel inside, and it kind of went a bit funny, so I've just cleaned it all up and painted it blue inside, just so it kind of matches the car, and you kind of get that look. I might swap hands actually, because I'm right-handed and I just realised I was using my left hand. Obviously as well, number plates around on the Hondas, they've got this bit in its chrome and it looks a bit rovery, so I thought I'm going to wrap that black. Obviously rear camera there as well, which kind of sits in there nicely. I did want a MA surround of these because that sits completely flush rather than it being bulged up like that, and that's not on it. Now I can't find one to save my life. A few people have said that some of the old Rover ones will fit, but I've not found one that's cheap enough that I'm willing to buy to try out on the car. If I can find one that's cheap enough and that to try, I will. But right now the cheapest one I can find is like 30-40 quid, and I don't want to spend that if it doesn't fit the car. So we'll carry on down. Now I know a lot of people aren't a fan of the speed holes sort of thing. Obviously I know that this car's not the fastest, 1.4, just about 100 horsepower I think, but I just like the way these kind of look, a little bit Kanjo race car look. I thought, why not? Obviously as you can see that the holes aren't just the normal holes, obviously the normal holes, but obviously I've put that diamond mesh in it just so it doesn't look like there's just a massive hole in my back bumper, and you can see all the support beam and everything behind it. Just think it tidies it up a bit and just looks a little bit tidier. Now on the bottom, if you can see it there, all across here, is a universal diffuser fin thing that you can get off of eBay. I just thought adds a little bit to the rear. And then you have over here the downward tip, like fake titanium look exhaust. I just think it looks a little bit different on these sort of thing. And like you got the back end of the car, obviously I've got sticker hole sticker there, the dead lick, I think it's like a Celtic thing with the rose, something to do with my nan is to do with a rose, so I kind of thought put this on the car. And then I have the Sad Boy Club up there on the brake light. See, I've got the Kanjo mask that I did. That was the original colour of my wheels. It was the black with the gold glitter, and then that was the same blue that's in the inside of my car, but I decided I was going to do it with a bit of glitter on it. There is also, if it's still there, yep, Sad Boy sticker up there. If we go around here, oh, before I do that, actually, the tip down there is actually on a Hornet back box. I've got that tip, I've got a 4-inch tip and another one to keep changing it. The car only has a back box on it. It's quite loud, still has a stock system, but I just got different tips to change up the look that I wanted to, and at the moment I quite like this one. It's a little bit different. Back up to here, I have these little, I think they're called like vortex fins. Obviously you can see the rear wiper's gone. That is actually a sink, what's it called? It's for a sink, like the tap where the taps goes, it's like a blank off thing for the taps, and it's got like a waterproof thing there and one underneath. It screws in quite nicely. I got that. It's cheaper than a grommet and it's more secure than a grommet, but obviously because I did that, it left me with that, which is the washer, and I didn't really want to take it off, fiberglass all the roof up and that. So rather than doing that, I just kind of got the Vortex fins. It kind of just takes your eye off the fact that that thing's stuck on the top. Obviously got the 09 on it. Now the roof was quite scratched up, obviously, as you saw in the last video. I had the grey glitter on the top. Wasn't a huge fan of it, so the partner stuck these on, which I cut out, and that it starts from like the bigger ones over the side and then breaks down to the smaller, to the 09. Not sure if I'm going to keep that on there, but I might do, I might not. Now, like sound system wise in the car, I have that Pioneer head unit, which I've had for about 7 or 8 years now, and it's still going strong. In there you can see you've got some Edge speakers, and they're still going strong. You've got Edge tweeters up front, and then in the back of the car, what are these again? I've got Pioneer 6x9s. I did have little speakers in there, but they weren't that great, so I was like, I'll get rid of them. And then I have the Vibe sub. Now this sub, I got off of my mate. He had it in his Corsa when he was 19 or 20, the same age as me, and it came with the car. He used it for a while, didn't want it in his other car. I needed a sub, so I bought it off of him, and it means now I'm 35 this year, so it's a good 15 years old, and it's still fairly loud and still kicks out some serious bass, and obviously still gives me some room in my boot. Don't mind the carpet. The carpet that's in here was one that I've just cut and shut and put in, and that when I got the car, everything from the front seats back was gone, so all of this has just been put in to make it so I actually have a usable car. Now we'll go around to the front, and many people aren't going to probably want to see it as it's only a little D14, but obviously this is my engine bay. I have some aftermarket MB6 specificated gas struts, as I do not trust the stay on it. The engine bay was the same colour as the car, excuse it being dirty, but it's actually been painted with Hammerite black paint. I then wrapped the inside bits. It was meant to be that black pearl, but looks grey, and just put like a little blue and yellow listing there. At the front we have the 2 yellow halo horns. Just kind of like the way that they look, and thought they were cheap enough, I'll buy them. Now in here, this bit, my car did come with air conditioning. Now it didn't work, so it got ripped out, but my old MA, it didn't have air conditioning, and it had a blanking plate here. Now I couldn't find the blanking plate at all, and ran it without, but obviously the engine gets quite dirty. There's dirt up the top of there and that, so I thought I'll get a blanking plate. So I kind of went and got this PVC plastic that's kind of got like a fake carbon fiber look over it. It's not expensive, but it will do to stop all the crap getting in, and it also goes right the way down there where the bumper goes. Obviously you can see there's the vents there, and then also it puts all the air into the Jap Speed radiator. And I got the, come around here, I got the shroud to go with the flat fan, so it draws the air in. I've had no overheating problems with this whatsoever. It does really well. I have, obviously that's the sensor and that for the gauge for the thermostat. Today I've put the wiring in and tucked it around so it's a little bit tidier, because it was kind of here, there and everywhere. This was out of a, I'm pretty sure it was a B18 Honda. It was a, I think it's a AM induction pipe that was red. Obviously I've had to step the silicone hose down to get it to fit the stock throttle body, and then it is just a eBay filter on them at the moment. That will be getting changed out and will be going to a K&N filter at some point soon. Obviously you can see I've got a lot of the dress up bolts. I've just got a new set of them. I have sweat balancers, like the little reservoir socks, and I'm thinking about getting rid of them and getting some Domo ones. I'm not sure. Your genetic eBay strut bar, painting the ends yellow, and then the middle's like this Peugeot grey. I have the oil catch can, which goes to the PVC, not PVC, or the valve that's in there sort of thing, and then it goes back up into the intake, and that catch any oil blow by on it. There isn't any, so I'm glad that the engine's healthy, but I thought, well, I might as well get it. It was cheap and I think it looks nice. Now this oil cap, I bought it from China. I thought it looked quite good, and when I fitted it, it's kind of upside down. Obviously that's how it's meant to be, but I still like it. It's different. I've not seen one in another Honda, so why not? Now I got the engine down. Obviously the stock engine mounts, they do their job. Obviously the engines do like to rock a fair bit, but I don't want to go solid mounts, because obviously I've heard they vibrate quite a lot. Bought this one. There is a little bit of play in it, and it does make the car vibrate a little bit, but I just think it looked quite nice, and I found one cheap enough, so I was like, why not? Might as well buy it, can't hurt. What else is that? Oh, this one, the battery tie down, is a Password JDM one, but it's actually for a Honda S2000. I just couldn't find one for the M's and that, so I thought, well, I'll buy that one. It looks like it's the right size, and it fitted, and I've had it for a good 7 or 8 years now, and it obviously it needs a clean, as you can see, but then so does the whole engine bay, as it is absolutely filthy, but I will get around to it soon. So paint the fuse box yellow and put the like a Kanjo mask sticker over the top. I have, obviously I've put a breather filter on there, and there's one in behind there as well. The plan with this one is I've started moving some of the wires that used to come all the way up here and all the way down here, and it looked untidy, so I've put it there, tucked a bit of wire in, like for the fogs and everything behind the battery. I've started taping up, it didn't stay, but I started taping up some of the wire in there. I'm gonna have to redo that because that looks like it's falling out, and I don't like the fact that you can see like millions of wires here, so I'm just going to get some tape it up so it just looks like one wire, maybe tuck it a little bit tidier, and that. I'm not going for a tuck bay look. I know my engine looks a little bit busy, but it's an engine, it's kind of, I'd like to be able to work on it and actually be able to get to things without it looking all tucked and shaved, and I've got to put the fuse box under the wing or something. It's a working engine. Now I am going to get some black engine paint, and because obviously this is all crusty looking like that, which I think spoils it, I will be painting that, obviously painting the distributor, the power steering pump and that, so that it actually looks a lot tidier on the car. Oh, someone's just gone flying down the road. At least then it looks a little bit tidier. Now the car isn't perfect. There are, for some reason, I keep getting little cracks in the paint on my wheel, so just on this one, so there's bits of touch up. As I said, there's touch up paint there, some bits there, but the car is used, well, when I go to work and I'm not getting picked up, it is used every single day. Now it is the family car as well. My partner does have a 106 Quicksilver, that she does take the kids to school and that, but if we go out as a family, we take this one. So it is going to get knocked about. It's not perfect. Bits don't line up perfectly, they're not sat perfectly, but it's not a show queen. It never has been, and I never want it to be. I want it to be a car that I can use every day and not have to worry about it, and can have some fun with it. Now, yes, it could go a lot lower. I have had these a lot lower than this, but that was back when I was a bit, well, me and my ex broke up. I wasn't with anyone. I just stanced the car out, went out and saw my friends. That was the end of it. Then it was the case I got the aero deck. I lowered that one, left it really low, and we used that, and it was all right until I was going 60 mile an hour down a link road, turned off. 2 minutes after I turned off, the front wheel bearing, lower ball joint on the front snapped, and the front wheel nearly flew off and ripped the wing apart. And it kind of scared me a little then, because apparently that is one of the weak points with these cars, if you slam them on their ass too much. So after that, obviously I raised the aero deck. When it came to this car, it already had a set of coilovers on it. When it came, it had 17s, coilovers, cherry bomb exhaust, and the DC2 spoiler, and I think that was it, other than stripped out from here. I had the car a little bit low and chewing through tyres, and I bought the Toyos, and I thought, no, enough's enough, I'm going to raise the car up. Now the front is lower than the rear. Obviously these cars do like a little bit of a low down stance on the front. Apparently it helps them with handling, and also when the kids go in the back end will drop, and it just stops it from rubbing, and I can put some stuff in the boot. Now this car is not to everyone's taste, I get that. It is built for me and for me only. I am considering, I don't know if I'm going to, but I was thinking of actually spraying some like glitter onto the bonnet, like the rainbow glitter. Obviously, as you can see, it's not a gloss finish, but there's a little bit of a satin finish. I was considering spraying some of the rainbow glitter on the bonnet and the roof, and then putting clear coat over the top so you had a bit of a shimmer. Now I'm not 100% sure, let's shut this one a minute, if I want to do that. I kind of quite like the satiny matte finish on the front of the car, but we will see what happens. Obviously, I say I do want to change out the grille back to the badgeless one, but I do put the H in the front, just add a little bit to it. People say it looks like an Astra on the front with the badgeless grille, so I thought I'd change it. I did have some M6 style mirrors on it. I didn't really like how they looked after a little bit, so I went back to these. I am considering getting a set of DTM mirrors for it cheap. As I have the base plates, I only have to pick up the mirrors, so if I can find a set of them cheap, I will. If I'm not 100% or I can't really see great out of them, I will put these back on. I did have a set on my aero deck, which is obviously another few foot longer than this, and I couldn't see the back of the car, but I've had them on my 206 and they were completely fine. So that's a mod, like I say, again, if I can find them cheap enough, I will. I did want to put a full body kit over the car, get something different to what everybody else has and not run the same as this, but these side skirts, luckily they came up cheap. The lad didn't want too much for them and he actually brought them down to me, and I think it looks a lot nicer than what it did. Now, I say the car is far from finished. I'm always tinkering with it. I'm always doing little bits to it, like I've done today. I've tidied up the engine bay a little bit, so it will carry on. But like I say, a lot of this is a case of I'm doing it with my partner, or when the kids are out. Sometimes my son wants to come and help out. He's only 5, he likes to help out and that. Other times he's more of a pain in the ass than actually any help, but oh well. So I will probably not film anything on it. I know I've just realised I've been rambling for a fair old time, but I thought I'd better get everything out and that. So if you've made it this far, well done, congratulations. As I say, if you want to follow more of what's going on with this car, I will be posting more on my Instagram, which is that. It does come up at the end of the video as well, so if you want to go follow me, please do, and you will see what happens to this, and also more future mods and that go on the 106 as well. Now, as I've been rambling on for nearly 40 minutes, I will let you go and I will catch you again. So thanks for sticking with me. As I say, keep a lookout on my Instagram for updates on the car, and when I've got this health problem sorted and I feel more confident on filming, I will get back to you. Cheers.